Hey there, I'm Steve, and welcome to Jamsin Entertainment. And welcome to the conversation. Just before we get started, there are many ways you can help. You can like and subscribe so you never miss a conversation. But most importantly, please share this video. Get the word out there as a community. We can talk about all the things that we love. I recently just saw 3,000 Years of Longing, and what first got me interested in this movie is the poster alone. I was going to see a movie with a friend, and the poster just caught my eyes like, what is this? Then, like a week or two later, I finally saw a trailer for it. It was like, okay, I kind of know what it's about, and they advertise it as Aladdin for adults. That's only true in the sense that there is a person that finds a genie and they ultimately make 3 wishes. This movie is stunning, amazing, wonderful, beautiful. It's like all the good words out there that describe something. I absolutely love this movie. This is directed by George Miller, who is most famous for his Mad Max series. This is completely different from that, and it's starring Idris Elba and Tilda Swinton, 2 amazing actors. This movie is beautiful in the sense that when you really strip it down to its bones, it is 2 people having a conversation, learning about each other and understanding each other and coming to love each other. And it is told in such a fantastic way. Tilda Swinton plays this woman, I believe her name is Athena or Athea. She is narrating through parts of the story. She starts by saying that she's a narrationologist. I have no idea if that's a real thing, but she studies and yearns to understand stories and the truths that are in them. Most specifically, the fictional and the mythos that humans have told through the eons. She goes on tour giving lectures of what she's found in stories and the commonality that is found in them throughout humanity. That alone is amazing, how they just present that in this movie. And then she's in a gift shop and she's perusing through and she finds a bottle. With her in the gift shop is a friend who says, this bottle is far more elegant and beautiful. Let me get this for you. Let me gift this to you. And she was like, no, I like this bottle. There's something about it and I'm sure there is a story behind it and I would love to learn about it. And from there, she is in her hotel room, she rubs the lamp, and a genie appears, or jinn, as they're calling them in this. I believe that's the actual historical mythos, legends, what they're called. They're jinn. I don't know where genie came from. And he goes through the usual rules that genies have, and what's fascinating is because she knows stories so well, she starts right off from the get-go. I'm familiar with this. I know not to wish for more wishes. Well, the other 2 rules are, you can't wish for immortality because to be human is to be mortal. That's essentially what he says. And the third one, I can't remember what the third rule is. If I can find it, I'll put it up in post, but unfortunately I can't remember the third rule at the top of my head. The movie centers around the number 3. 3 wishes, 3 rules, and he has 3 stories to tell Athena. And this entire time she's listening to him, she's very skeptical of jinn because she knows of the history of jinn stories. She knows that normally they are very cautionary tales and it doesn't always end well for the person granting the wishes or for the jinn themselves. And as I mentioned, they're telling stories about each other's lives to each other and they're learning about each other. At one point, through listening to his story, she finally comes up with a wish. Now, the visuals and how George Miller tells the story of jinn is very well done. And each story that jinn tells Athena is heartbreaking because, like all jinns, they want freedom, and he's been imprisoned 3 times. And it's through listening to those 3 stories and her telling him a very small portion of her story, really. When she tells him a story, she doesn't go into detail. Visually, it goes into detail, but on her end, it's just the facts. I could imagine that jinn filled in those blanks because he's been around for, I don't know, possibly the beginning of time. But it's interesting to see the difference between their storytelling to each other, because when she's narrating over top of the story, it is very beautiful, very descriptive, and very satisfying. And seeing these 2 interact and learning about each other, grow closer to each other, is absolutely wonderful to watch. I had a fantastic time with this movie. I cannot wait for this to come out on 4K. If you have seen 3,000 Years of Longing, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like what you saw, like it. If you think other people will like it, share it. If you really liked it, hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching and live your imagination.